I dropped the very first episode.
Wow.
There you go.
Over 4 years.
Yes. Yes, it has been. It's been a fucking...
Is that recording?
Sure is. We're good to go. We're live, baby.
Are you sure?
Bro, I'm positive.
Wow. I can't even see like a red dot or any indication
Bro.
that it's recording.
You see that little... at the middle of the top? Look.
Oh, yeah, I see it now that you pointed out.
Right there.
I see it.
Yeah, dog. We live. This is 166, episode 166
Wow.
of the
Time flies.
No Hangover podcast. Well, that's of like the ones that we've numbered because we've had a couple like reviews that we just labeled as so-and-so review or such and such review. But I'd say we're probably at like maybe close to 175 of like different episodes, reviews, podcasts that we put out. So
Okay.
we're closing in on the 200 mark.
Episode 200. That's exciting.
Yeah, dog. Exciting stuff. You know, we're
It's
trying to
exciting to
fucking
be
make
here.
things work.
Happy to be here.
It's been a while.
I know, right?
When was the last time you were on?
Before episode 100.
Let's
be
double
honest.
check. Let's see.
I guess there was a way to find out.
It has
It's
been a
exciting.
while though. Where you do because you didn't do the episode 100 with us, right?
Correct. I was busy.
That's one way to put it. I don't even remember what you were doing. So.
Likewise, I don't remember.
So how you been? Update the listeners. Let's see.
Good.
I'm
Good.
getting
Just
close.
working like crazy. It's so hot here in Florida, but at this point, my body's used to it. But mentally, I'll never get used to it.
Well, I mean, it's been fucking hot as balls too
Yeah.
lately. So apparently,
Global
this
warming
is
is real.
We're at global boiling right now.
Global
apparently.
boiling.
We're past the point. I didn't even know there was levels to this shit, but apparently there is.
There's
Let's
always
see.
levels to this.
It was a bonus episode. Anything is possible. Bonus podcast. So you're one of those
No,
bonus
actually,
episodes.
I will bring it up now. I've actually every episode I've been on have only been in bonus episode. It's never been numbered. I've noticed that. I don't know if it was intentional or not.
Mm-mm. Yeah, but anything possible. That was we talked about when Gion's car got stolen. That was some wild shit, but that was after episode
time.
100. So technically, if we would have numbered it, it would have been 102.
Okay. There was one I did before that though as well. Before we started record.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, you've been on here. This is the third
This is
time.
the third time.
Yeah, because you were when
Yeah.
we were at the house and we had that episode.
Yeah,
with
that's
me and-
right. That's
me
right.
And Jordan.
Exactly. Audio.
Damn.
Only. Audio only.
All right, let's check that out real quick because now I'm curious.
Yeah. This goes back to my point. Time flies.
And the heat is fucking heating.
And the heat is heating. Yeah, just working like crazy, doing foundation work.
Much information.
I know, right?
Damn, these ones are just numbered, so. Well, okay, we get the point. You've been on here for a while. We've been friends for a while. We shoot the shit,
We sure do.
talk some stuff. But I have been noticing, and it's something that you've been putting an emphasis on recently. It's like it seems like mentally you're like getting your mentality's changing a little bit, like your outlook on life and like trying to figure out what it is you're trying to do with yourself, like on a more on a deeper like kind of spiritual level type shit. It seems like you've been kind of like evolving a little bit. So like what has that been like do you feel yourself growing up? Do you feel yourself like maturing? Do you feel those things?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, I do want to pay homage to my job in terms of giving them credit where credit is due. I have evolved in a lot of senses as a person, as a man, and it's not to say that this job has not been the reason. Adding, instilling work ethic. I had it before, but now it's more consistent, I would say. I remember prior to, similar with a generational problem, I'd say, is people calling out. With past jobs, I'd call out, whenever I wanted to and be like, oh, who cares? And now I can't even think about like waking up on a weekday and not working.
Yeah.
And so it just that changed, and being a little bit more cleanliness, having cleanliness and being more in order of things and prioritizing important things and getting them done and not procrastinating. There's a lot of things that I feel like I've changed that have helped in a lot of ways. So basically I've, like you said, expand and have a better idea of getting a bigger plan of what I want to do instead of just having a short term. Now I've set myself up in a lot of ways, and to where I can worry about long-term goals now. And and this job has helped me focus on the here and now and getting stuff in order to help set myself up for future success, which is pretty cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens at, you know, different points for everyone. Like, the thing that amazes me is when, like, little kids figure out that for, like, fucking 12, 13 years, I know this is what I'm going to
be
do.
a cop, or I want to be a lawyer, and they really just go
and
do
they
that
just
shit.
go do that shit, and it's like,
wow.
all right, like, they knew what they wanted. Like, but some people it takes, you know, there's some people that I know that are older that, you know, 10, 20 years older than me that still don't know. They're still fucking floating around in it. And, like, you know, I'm not saying there's a timeline on it, but like you get to a certain point in life where you just like, there's certain things that you just are kind of like, they should be known. It's like, and I don't know if that's fair or not. Do you think that's fair? Like,
I do think that's fair. There has to come a time where it's like, hey man, we're grown now. Like,
yeah.
Or hey, we got to be professional, or we got to be like this. Like knowing a time and place when, you know, to get, you know, most times there's a lot of people, especially in today's day and age, that will get riled up and violent, like off rip, and it's like, yo, you know, stop taking things so personal. Know there's a time and place. You know, obviously disrespect can't be tolerated, but don't think anything that you just don't like to hear is disrespect. And
that's a good point.
And so it's just be like, cool, whatever, man. You know, you're allowed to say whatever and just move on. But
yeah, a lot of people take the truth as like people didn't.
Insulting.
But it's like, listen, it's only insulting if you're not able to come to terms with it. It's like, I can't help that that's the truth. Like,
right.
But, you know, that is a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, and a lot of people, you know, to, you know, climb those mountains and, you know, jump those hurdles, because it takes a lot of being honest with yourself and, like, you know, not letting other people's thought about you, whether it's right or wrong, like, influence what you're going to do and how you feel about yourself, like truly knowing who you are as a person.
Right.
And I feel like that, I mean, it's definitely it's a eye-opening experience. You have to be ready to feel emotions and
being self-aware.
Yeah.
It's super important as an adult to obtain that kind of skill, if you will, of being self-aware.
For sure, it's a
knowing
skill.
when you're, hey man, I'm fucking up, and or I'm on point right now, and giving yourself credit when you should, and then also knowing, hey, I've been slacking, I need to get better at things, and being your best, or in some cases your worst critique. If I don't know, what is that saying? Your harshest critique.
Your harshest critic. Yeah.
Is yourself.
You are your own harshest critic.
You should be in most cases. On a realistic level,
and that's what I was gonna say, because like there's sometimes that I struggle with it, that I feel like sometimes I don't give myself enough credit. Like, you know, I feel like whether I'm doing good or I'm kind of down in life, whatever, like sometimes like I don't stop and enjoy. It's like, hey, like, all right, I'm doing good. Like, I don't have to be so fucking hard on myself. I don't have to be so fucking uptight on myself and all that shit.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know if that's something that people struggle with more today, because like I feel like there's a lot of, you know, instant gratification. You go on social media and, you know, you post a picture and you get likes immediately, and you get that gratification. I don't know if that's something like
the comments and
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if that's something that people struggle with more today, of like, you know, giving yourself a pat on the back as opposed to someone and like, no, like I know I'm
needing
doing
it from
right.
someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Validation.
Right.
From the outside.
Yeah, I could care less about outside validation. I mean, it's nice to get, but it's not something I need. And making sure that I'm happy and satisfied and everything is taken care of, and with my personal interest, then I feel like, okay. And if I have abundance, I feel the need, like helping people out and giving of myself in terms of my time and energy.
Yeah.
And it's just, but most importantly, I gotta be fulfilled before, or in general, you should be fulfilled before you start.
You should be able to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. Because
ultimately, there is an appropriate selfishness in life.
Of course, yeah.
That people need to understand. Like, it's okay to put yourself first, and because you only live once. You're so I don't know.
There was that we talked on. I forget what pod. It was like a few episodes ago that one of like there was like Lori Santos, it was a podcast of like, you know, how to be happy and shit, like how to be happier in your life, and one of the steps was be more other oriented. And I was saying that I feel like obviously the self-care, you know, treat yourself, all that shit is appropriate, and like you said, there should be a certain level of selfishness, because if you're not doing well, then how can you expect to help other people and shit like that? But I do feel like, again, with the social media, that we are leaning a little bit more towards like self-care and treat yourself and like look at me, building your own brand. It's about me and shit like that, as opposed to, you know, helping others a little bit more, like, being more about the collective in the group as opposed to the individual.
Right. Being available and being useful for,
Well, because I mean, like, and like, kind of a funny analogy, but like how ants work together like that. Like the only reason that ants are able to build all those tunnels and work together and do all these amazing things that little tiny ants can do is because they work together as a team. Us, since we have like the fucking,
let's be ants. Shout out Ant-Man.
I mean, real shit though. We get so like our mind is our biggest fucking enemy because we can do so much with it, and as an individual, you can do so much more. But then we stray away from the, we start getting lost in our own sauce and not in like, to build a house, it takes people, not just one person.
Right.
Like to build a community, it takes people, not just one person. And
absolutely,
I don't know.
There's never a successful person that did it solely on their own.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the most part, people understand that. But to your point, is like people have to try to live their life to, you're not doing things like creating a team to be successful, but just help out, like you're saying, the collective and stuff like that. And understand, like, if you put in the effort to help out here and they put out the effort to put out here, and everyone just does things for other people, everyone would be happier.
Well, more just like kind of that, but like finding your role as well, like
what you're good
and
at,
finding your role in, whether it's in the house, whether it's in the community, whether it's in your job, whether within your family or your friend group, just knowing your role. And a lot of people, we're very, like, especially in this country, we're very superstar, like, driven, very individual, like putting someone to the front and making them
going
the face.
viral and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
and it's like
instant gratification.
Everybody wants that. It seems so fucking appealing, and the limelight and the fame and the money that comes with it and all that. It seems so appealing, but like, not everybody is that. Like, not everybody is a front man. Not everybody is the face of something. You gotta, and they're gonna. It comes naturally because people are just naturally are gonna get jealous about shit. Like that's just natural human
nature.
Yeah. But like, to your point, like you were saying, the self-awareness, that's something that I admire the most in people when they have very good self-awareness, because it takes a lot to understand who you are, what your role is in any given situation, and understanding what you have to do to maximize that role. And again, I feel like a lot of people get, whether it's in work, family, any type of fucking group setting, people get, well, what about me? Like, why am I not getting my shine? Like, I'm doing this and no one's noticing. And it just gets like, get over yourself, kind of.
Right.
Like,
but it is also important to give credit to where people don't give credit. Just similar to, if you want to use football an example, like O linemen, they're vital to this team's success. D linemen,
usually the most important players on the team,
if not besides a quarterback. But they never get the shine, the recognition. So it's similar. I mean, I try to make a point of it as far as with work and my crew. Like, I would say, hey guys, appreciate all that you're doing. We got this done. We got this done. We thank you guys. And I try to take care of them, and on Fridays I'll give them smoothies and shit like that, like just to show my appreciation. Understand, like, like I'm the foreman. I'm getting, like, I am told, like, Steven's getting it done, but like I understand that we are getting it done. Without the crew, I'm not getting it done. And so I try to make them know that I know that, and that they're appreciated and seen. And I think that's important just in general in life. Like, walking around, you don't have to be nice to everybody, but I feel like you should be good to everybody, and so you don't have to like open the door and be like, hello, welcome, have a great day, and like you don't have to be extra, but like if you're walking and you see someone right behind you, like hold the door open, just little shit like that. Like, don't stand there for 30 seconds and be like, there's someone coming. Don't be extra. But I just feel like in general, if more people are just more gracious and giving, it just, I don't know, life would be better in a lot of ways.
No doubt.
And I mean, that wouldn't be the fix to everything, but just,
it's a step in the right direction, though, because exactly. I mean, that to me, that's the biggest issue of people, like the human element that, and I'm sure you've heard me say this before, like the same thing that will make us, hold the door open for somebody, is the same thing that's gonna make us fucking walk up to somebody if they piss us off and fucking give them the finger and tell them fuck you. Like, the same thing that makes humans beautiful is the same things that make them fucking ugly and do terrible things. So it's like, people kind of search for this like perfect utopia and like, everyone kumbaya holding hands and shit, but like realistically that's not possible unless we take that human element out, which would be like
impossible in itself,
integrating with technology, robots, things like that. But if we watch all these movies like iRobot, it shows us that even some artificial intelligence eventually might be able to learn feelings and learn emotions and learn empathy and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Which, I mean, that part, I feel like
they stress, we program it, we control it, but it's like,
well, to like, and I kind of, so I don't know. I think it would be more likely that we program AI to fix humanity, and it sees that we're the issue with humanity, and it tries to eliminate and control us, as opposed to it gaining like sentience in a sense, and like being like emotional and things like that, and it gaining feelings. Because, to your point, and I've referenced this a million times already, but like Elon Musk had a good analogy that, if we pave a road and there's an anthill in the middle of where we're paving, we're just going to pave right over. It's not like we're going to relocate it, protect it. It's not like we hate the ants or anything like that, but it's in the way of our objective. No hard feelings. Yeah. Let's keep it going. Yeah. Now, if we program AI to do the same thing, like fix humanity, like what, and it's like, well, you are the issue. Yeah. Like, no, and it starts fucking killing us and taking us out. It's like, no hard feelings, essentially, but like I'm just doing what you programmed me to do, to figure out what was wrong with humanity and fix the issue. Right.
And you guys are greedy and violent, and you're causing issues in places that don't need to have issues. And there's people with no food and water, and then there's places with overabundance of food, and it's weird. It's the
weird. Distribution of wealth in the world is fucking
and just shelter.
Yeah, whatever you define wealth to be, is greatly unbalanced. So I mean, it's a weird place that we're going to in the world. Like, it's kind of scary, depending on how you look at it, because I know people who are all for that shit and want the Neuralink stuff. And I don't know if you saw that MIT student that he placed a pizza order, just using his mind. So he had like it was a CNN interview. Yeah. Oh, wow. So he had a little earpiece right here and a little like white piece that went on his jawline, and I don't know exactly what the technology was, but like the interviewer asked the guy a math question, and with his like thinking it, the AI gave him the answer and he spoke it out. Wow. And then he browsed the internet, ordered pizza, got it delivered. So like,
and this was like
this was on CNN, bro.
So I mean, but did he have like some sort of glasses or like
no,
it's all?
Let me see if I could look it up. But no, it was nothing over his eyes, just something in his ear and like a piece going like this, and it went over his mouth a little bit. Huh. Let me see. MIT.
Wow. I mean, yeah, Apple's coming out with Apple Vision. I mean, it's gonna be like $3,000 or something. Augmented reality. Like, you can just be sitting on your couch and like looking at your messages or your photos over here, like in the view of your home, and like watch Netflix on it. Like, it's weird. Like. It's crazy. Oh wow.
Bro, I'll send you the video. Watch it after. Like, that shit is fucking like, it's wild. But imagine if that's what they're showing us. So he's not
saying like Google people like Papa John's. Like, he's just thinking it. And wow, that's crazy.
So imagine that's what they're showing us. Imagine the technology that, like, in the military that they have, that they haven't fucking shown anybody, that is top fucking classified shit.
Yeah, military always has the most advances, and
especially
like,
our military,
and we don't really know about them.
Fuck no. Oh my god, like, you have to think like Call of Duty, like the newer ones with all the jetpacks and shit. Like I'm sure they have that shit.
No, not in a sense, not like a
they
jetpack,
have some type of fucking prototype or something that they're working on.
Fly around.
Yeah, bro, it's fucking. It's
crazy.
The future is now.
Yeah.
2023, baby. The future is now. We're already halfway through this bitch.
We're more than halfway through.
You're right.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, it's crazy.
More than halfway through.
We got less than 4 months left.
We're closer to 2024.
Right. Like, it's just like time flies. It's crazy. I think that's the most unsettling thing about everything is like not like, you got 80, 90, 100 years of life. Like, don't worry about it. And it's like, honestly, like, time flies, and you need to worry, not worry, but you need to do things in the moment, like now.
Of course, because that's just not guaranteed.
Right. You don't understand, like this is kind of extreme, but if it's like, I don't want to go to the gym, and then all of a sudden the next day you get in a car accident, you can't use your legs. That's extreme, but like, it's stuff like that where you have to realize, like, you should, because you can, you should, and like, take care of yourself. Like, I know I don't have to eat this like pizza and then cake afterwards, but like, whatever. And then tomorrow you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I have diabetes now, and now you literally cannot eat that kind of shit anymore. And so it's just, I think it's super important to try.
Well, it depends.
To learn, but it's more so everyone's different, so you have to learn your body and
for sure.
Take tests, get those things checked out, and understand what your DNA is kind of scribed out to be. And I don't want to say predestined, but in the sense like the
I
DNA
mean, what are you susceptible to?
Right,
like,
exactly.
What kind of
your
diseases
DNA
and
has
things
a story.
runs in your family,
exactly.
and what do you have to look to prevent for, and what are you kind of you're good here. You don't have to worry about that. And no, for sure. I mean, your health is
wealth.
Wow, couldn't have said it better myself.
Exactly.
Boom, bars over here spitting bars, but healthcare and shit, man. That shit's expensive sometimes if you don't have if you don't have a job with benefits and shit like that.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, speaking of bars, according to spoken word, shouldn't Drake's new album For All the Dogs be out? If not this Friday, next Friday.
Should be For All the Dogs. Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Oh man, yeah. I mean, it should be. He said it in the next couple of weeks. The last time he posted about it, and it's been about a couple of weeks.
Oh, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think it was the 28th, right? Of August.
He said 2 weeks.
Let's see. And today's the 13th.
It's about that. So let's give it to this Friday. Yeah, and if not next, I'm cool with either. He's dropped it's gonna be his 4th album.
Plus, he's on tour right now too. So,
I don't know. He really is dedicated to his craft in his life right now,
bro.
He's making a lot of music.
I'm sure that's a fucking
going on tours and all that.
I'm sure his life is fucking phenomenal. I'm sure he's on a high, on cloud fucking 9. He just has not come down yet.
Climb 9,000,
bro. Up there vibing, head in the clouds.
Hell yeah.
Drake, good old Drizzy.
Shout out. It's the GOAT in my opinion.
Are you gonna go see? It's all blurred.
I'm gonna go see.
Are you gonna go on on his tour? He comes to Miami.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. I need to.
Might as well, dog.
I know, right?
Enjoy yourself.
I can. Literally.
One of your favorite artists. You might as well. You don't know the next time he's gonna go on tour.
When is he coming to Miami? I'm saying he's the GOAT. He's my favorite. I don't even know.
I think September, the end of September.
Word.
Let's see.
I'll do that. Oh no, end of September. I'm going to Washington State to visit my uncle, who has a property out there. It's beautiful. I'm taking my mom with me. We're gonna go up there and visit him. And stay a little
9/28 and 9/29.
Yeah, I'm missing that. It's literally one.
He'll be in Seattle 8/26. Damn. Yeah. Well, maybe next time.
Right. No, it's all good.
Damn. What do you said you're going to Washington State?
Washington State to visit my Uncle Robert and Aunt Sharon. Yeah, you want to see their property,
bro?
Over there? It's like
are they retired?
Yeah. But it's like, holy shit. It's like they have a really nice property, and it's like I show you this, like, oh, that's something you see on Google. Like, no, that's their backyard.
Good Googs. Oh, you showed me that. Yeah,
it's like, whoa, nice. That's like the Lonely Mountain. You know what I mean? Like, they have a whole view.
Do they have to worry about like bears or bobcats or any of that?
Look at that.
That shit is pretty scenic.
Yeah, that's just their property. I don't think they own all of that, but that's behind.
That's
their house.
View.
Yeah, that's
their view. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
For all of you that couldn't see it, it is beautiful. Yeah. It is awe-inspiring.
If you want to follow me when I go visit, I'll post pictures.
There you go. There you go.
Grabs Steven.
There you go. A little plug.
There you go.
Social media
beautiful
plug.
Vibes and beautiful pictures plug.
Oh, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Boop. What else? What else we got going on?
I mean,
NFL
preseason started.
Yeah, well, preseason started. NFL regular season starting September, first week of September.
Mm-hmm.
You got
I'm excited for football in general?
Any team you're excited to watch? Any team?
So I would say honestly, I'm pretty excited to see how well the Jets do now that they have Aaron Rodgers.
Jets.
I think they've been a joke for a while. So
for most of our lives.
Right. So I mean, it's just I'm ready to see. I mean, they have really good defensive players. Now they have Aaron Rodgers. He brought some receivers with him, and they're poised to do really well with what they have.
Their one question mark is their offensive line, which is if their offensive line's bad, it could just fuck everything up.
But I think Aaron Rodgers is good enough. I mean, he is on the later half of his career.
He's 38.
Right. But still, he has, still has that arm where I think it can get him farther just on that merit alone.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting a lot of, they're on Hard Knocks too. So
right,
they're getting a lot of hype,
mm-hmm.
a lot of buzz going into the season. And like you said, with Aaron Rodgers, and the season they had last year.
First time out of Green Bay. It's a big deal.
And the season they had last year was, pretty good. given the circumstances, and they had 3 different starting quarterbacks last year, so they are getting a lot of hype. Who am I excited to see? Obviously the Eagles. I want to see if Jalen Hurts can string together a few good seasons before I'm willing. Which, great season last year, and he fucking shut me up because my one concern of him was his passing and passing from the pocket. And in the Super Bowl, he was the best player in the Super Bowl. And he was throwing dimes from the pocket. Like, big critical third downs, critical fourth downs, making the throws. So, let's see if he could
he outplayed Patrick Mahomes, you feel?
For the game as a whole, I mean, he did. To me, he had I don't want to say game-defining play, but it definitely did shift momentum, was that fumble. And then they returned it for a touchdown before half. And if they drive and even score a field goal, they're up like – Bear, you can acknowledge him. It's okay. They know he's here. You can hear his little nails clickety-clacking on the hardwood floors.
He's a good boy.
He sure is. He's
My
out.
Bear.
He's like, I just wanted to see what
Thanks
was going on.
hi.
But, I would say he
was number 3 on the NFL Top 100.
Yeah.
Players voted him.
I'm surprised he was number 3 and not number 2. I didn't think he was going to be 1, but
But Justin Jefferson got voted number 2, which is actually kind of. I think that it would have been more appropriate to switch them.
Yeah, but I mean, he balled out too.
Yeah, he did.
But
Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking forward to the Eagles. Obviously, see if they're going to do well. The 49ers, to me, I just always like since the Jim Harbaugh, when they started getting good again in their defense, like they always just have fucking stars littered throughout their roster, like especially on defense. But now they have it on both sides of the ball. Hopefully Brock Purdy plays well, and but let's see, the Chargers, the Broncos. That whole division is fucking.
I've grown to be. I'm not here saying I'm a Chiefs fan, but I'm a fan of the Chiefs. Like I
appreciate the greatness.
Yeah, I do, and I mean they're fun to watch.
How can you not?
Andy Reid's like how can you not love Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce's relationship, and just how they ball out, and just they do it with class. I feel like they just there's times the season before or 2 seasons ago, 3 straight playoff games they were down by 10 or more points, and they came back.
They were down, I think, like 24-0
against the Texans. And so it's just they have that grit and determination. It's like, damn, like they do ball out on both sides of the ball, and they're well coached and they're likable, and it's like it's.
Fuck Chiefs. How do you bet against
New England and Tom Brady and them? Like, fuck them. And it's like they were doing it that level, but it was like,
way.
but there was only one season Tom Brady didn't have a top 5 defense. You know what I mean? So it's like he was on a really good, well coached team. It's just I guess it's the whole persona and stigma around Boston teams and Boston as a city that people are just like, fuck them.
They're winning too much.
Right? Yeah. But also they're they're racism. They're like known as a racist city, so fuck them.
I guess welcome to America, right?
Something like that.
Welcome to the world, buddy. There's all types of different prejudices. Prejudice.
Let's let prejudice die.
Bingo. We spread love.
Hell yeah.
Fuck all that prejudice shit. But no, I think it's gonna be a pretty
it's gonna be fun to watch. I'm excited for football and college, just in general, just for football to be back. Cooler weather comes with it, and
let's see.
Ultimately, that is what I'm excited about.
The heat is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll continue.
Could you imagine we don't get anything below like 60-degree weather? Like that'd be crazy. I'd be like, yeah, the world is. Super hot right now.
I'd be all right with that for a year.
Really?
Yeah.
I like when it gets cold.
I'm not. Man.
I don't mean to be 30 degrees, but I like when it's like 50s, sometimes high 40s. You got to bundle up a little bit. It's only, especially in Florida, it's a couple days maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
it's never in a row. It's like one day's 40, the next day's 70, one day's 50, one day's 40, one day's 80. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we probably have a total of like 2 or 3 weeks of actual winter days throughout the whole year.
And again, that's not in a row.
No, it's not consecutive. It's like 2 days here, 3 days there, a day here.
It's frustrating. I kind of want to move out of Florida, low key.
I've been thinking about that too. I don't know where.
Change locations.
Yeah, location. Send me location, but where? Where would you want to move?
Honestly, the 2 places I'm leaning towards the most are Colorado. I've been there, and I just think and for not typical reasons, just because it's beautiful there, and just I would want to live out there, and I like the whole mountain vibe, and it's just a nice little state, and other than Colorado, it'd be like North Carolina, something that has all seasons, still has beaches, you know. So somewhere between, you know, Colorado and North Carolina is where I'm leaning towards.
North Carolina.
To some point, relocate to and kind of settle down, maybe.
Retire there.
I don't know about retire. I might come back to Florida, retire, baby. Come back home.
Back.
I mean, this is where people come to retire for a reason.
Real shit.
Because when you're old, you don't have to like, I gotta go outside and shovel snow. Fuck all that.
For real, it gets cold. It gets in your bones.
When I'm young, I don't give a fuck. And so that's,
gets in your
I mean,
bones.
especially with what I do now. I mean, the weather change will be different, but like doing what needs to get done is now like instilled in me, and that's to like your
you get old,
your opening point, like just like not like fuck it and just there's, you know, letting things get cluttered and dirty or just outgrown, and just I feel like the challenges of being a homeowner I look forward to in a lot of ways. So
homeowner,
yeah, that's coming up next.
Are
too
you
on
gonna
the
buy
plan.
a home here or?
See, probably I will. I'm not probably. I will, because I plan on doing it within less than a year. So I'm not moving it anytime soon. So this moving to a different state is a 5 to 10 year plan sort of thing. Yeah. So get a property, obviously live in it, but you know, when it comes time to moving on, you know, it will now become an investment property, and especially with the price of living in Florida and the housing market in Florida, it's up there. It is up there.
It is
and so kind of just, you know, put it out for rent and allow the people that pay the rent, you know, to pay the mortgage and obviously get some pocket money on the side. You know how the system works, so I'm not letting have any secrets.
You're letting the cat out of the bag, Steve.
Right. I know, right? It's just how it works.
No, we're gonna get rich. Yeah,
and
no, that's the game.
There's some truth in life where it's like, instead of complaining about the system, play the system.
Real shit. This is the cards that we are dealt. Fucking work it.
Use it.
Finesse the system.
Work it, make it, lose it. I don't know. That's not words.
What, stronger?
Yeah. That's all I know is work.
That's a Daft Punk. He fucking sampled that song. Kanye West, bro.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Sure.
Musically.
Sure.
Bro, he's done a lot of songs. He produced a
know,
lot of music.
No, yeah, I'm not. I'm sure he's great in his own way, but I don't personally view him as a GOAT, you know.
A GOAT at all?
I mean, I don't even know what you mean at all. Like, he could be the GOAT at creating music, maybe.
I think, like, producer-wise,
right,
I think as an artist as a whole, I think he's up there. Yeah, I think he's in the debate for sure. Like, I think he's my favorite, but I think he's up there with, you know, across any genre of music, however you want to fucking slice it.
Success is undeniable, and his skill and talent. But personally, I'm not like, I fucking love Kanye. That's not something I'd say. I'm just think, oh, he's really good at what he does. Yeah, you know, and just like let him be, you know, great at what he does. But I'll play some of his songs, but I'm not like overly fond of, and that's okay. But I'll appreciate and accept his greatness. But he's not my GOAT.
Who's your GOAT?
I already told you. Jersey Drake.
It goes between Drake and The Weeknd for you, huh?
Yeah. The Canadian boys.
They are Canadian.
Combination. They're nice with it, you know.
Well, them Canadians.
I mean, The Weeknd's the number one artist in the world right now. So, you know, the popularity is there. It's a mutual thing.
He said he's never going to do a feature ever again.
He said that?
Yeah.
When did he say that?
Well, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days ago on one of his.
It's pretty recent.
Yeah, on one of his shows.
He's like, I'm the shit now, so.
I don't know if that's he's never gonna do a feature or he's not gonna take any more feature. I don't know exactly how he meant it.
What was the difference from what you just said?
If he's a feature on someone's song, or if someone's gonna be featured on his song.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He didn't specify.
No, he didn't. He just said he's never doing a feature ever again in his career.
A feature. Yeah, the
Very
way he
broad.
worded it is very vague.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, well.
Do a feature. It means like he does one or takes one, right? I don't know.
He's back.
Welcome back, Bear. He's like, you guys talking about The Weeknd?
Isn't it funny how dogs just fucking sniff everything?
Yeah.
Even if, like, he'll just be walking around.
His tail's wagging, so he's in a good mood.
Yeah. He'll just be walking around and just, while he's walking, just sniff something that's going by real quick. Like, it's the same thing that was there yesterday, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs. They're the best. Look at them. Just chilling. Getting petted.
Living that good life.
Well, welcome to the good life. There you go.
Kanye again.
There you go. Oh, here it comes.
Oh, he's
here
coming up to see me. Hey,
this
I'm
is
touching you right, huh?
He's over here fucking sniffing the camera. I mean the camera, the microphone. You're stupid. Oh,
bye,
man.
buddy.
Oh shit. Fucking
right.
knee to the fucking chin.
All right, man.
Bro. He's fucking doing the thing. You need more drink?
All right. No, I'll be all right for that.
All right.
No, it's always a good time being on No Hangover.
The podcast. Yeah, you know, we'll try to fucking do our little thing.
Oh, yeah. I think you should have more people on.
I think so, too. But we also need to get out of this tiny-ass room.
Yeah. What happened with the original setup? I'll just put it like that so people don't know where it's at.
I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
But I did talk to my barber, and he said, because he just opened up his, he has his own barbershop. He said we could record there if we need to. We've got tons of space. So
word.
He said just let him know in advance and shit. I'm like, say less, brother.
And if you do it like on a Friday night when it's closed. Like
that's what he said. Like,
we
we close at 7, you know.
Customer loyalty gets you a lot.
Bro, he's been cutting my hair since I was like 17, bro.
Yeah.
I left for a little bit.
That's like over 10 years.
Yeah. I left for a little bit, obviously, but when I came back, it was back to Sincere. I went 24K Barber Lounge for anyone that's looking for a fucking nice haircut. Tell your friends. They also, he has a lady that braids hair and does twists, retwists and shit like that, dreads.
All your hair needs.
Pretty much. He also had a tattoo guy in there, but
wow, that
kind of got pushed back a little bit.
Okay.
So, but maybe you'll see us recording there sometime soon, and I guess ideally right now it would be more for like if we have guests and shit like that, just because it's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more open. We have more space to play with and shit like that. So,
not if, when you have guests, make it happen. That'll set you off. I think just the more people you have, the more
exposure.
They tell their friends, "Hey, I was on this podcast."
Go
they
tell
get their
your
friends to
friends
listen.
about
They get their,
it.
and then boom, 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 and then it just grows from there.
Yeah, but it's also people say they want to be on the podcast, and then sometimes they just kind of nut up a little bit and like, oh, cameras, oh, microphone, oh, I don't know what to say. Like,
you need to learn how to nut down and get it done.
It's like, and I get it too, because like when we first started doing the podcast, it was definitely it's a little nervous. Like you're on microphones talking. If you say some dumb shit, which is bound to fucking happen, like it's out there forever. But like, I don't say anything.
It's a live podcast,
huh?
If it's a live, you can cut stuff out.
Yeah, but what's the fun in that? Then it's that fucking makes
the
people.
Authenticity is taken away.
It makes people like. It takes away the like someone being genuine. I feel
there's
like
a lot of things I said that I was assuming you were going to cut out earlier.
I mean, I'll cut some of it out, but like this is like I'm not like I'll cut. Mostly what I cut out is dead space. No one
will ever know what it was.
I'll cut out dead space and shit like that, and like some and if but like most of the conversation I keep, because like then if it's too fucking cut up, then it's. Yeah. I feel like it loses its fucking.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying like
the character,
but at the same time, I mean. The things that are very popular are like not vines.
And I cut snippets and shit like
and
that.
Now,
but
like the camera changes it, like that's how like you keep people's attention. To be honest,
on fucking TikTok and Instagram, but for YouTube and an actual
I'm saying
podcast listening,
like angles and cuts and shit like help. When someone's talking and like it goes to them, and then when you respond, it goes to you. Like you guys had that at one point, but one of the cameras stopped working, like you said. And I feel like that goes a long way. Like that was good. So
yeah, well,
we're
trying.
No, I know, I get it. I'm saying like things happen, but I think that was good. So like don't try to not do that again. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, we do that for like the snippets and shit like that. Like I'll cut the snippets and it'll go from one person to another. But like when we had camera angles and we would do it and like, but I mean for like the actual podcast, like I'm talking about like sitting here and listening. Like I'm not gonna cut a whole bunch of shit.
Christmas is around the corner. I know what to get you.
But that's like it. Just to me, it takes away from the actual conversation if you're sitting here like thinking about, oh well, I don't want to say this because then I'm like I don't want people to think this, or like just say what the fuck you need to say. And then the beautiful thing about being on a podcast is that you can say something and then give context behind it and like it might have. This is I know it sounds fucked up, but this is what I'm saying when I say this.
Explain
this,
yourself
exactly.
In a sense, yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. That's why. I forget who it was that I was hanging out with my cousin and his friends yesterday, and one of his friends used to do a podcast. He doesn't anymore, but he said like that's one of the things about that he likes about podcasting is that like it kind of forces people to have a conversation and not just say have the conversation. Like you sit down, you get microphones, you get a camera, whatever, and then like sit down, pick a topic, and like think about it, like give a genuine, like authentic answer, and like who gives a fuck if I sound like a fucking asshole. Like this is how I feel about it. Like I'm not saying this with any fucking ill intent, but this is just the reality of the situation or the reality of how I feel about something. So
I mean, that's how things go viral, is giving, crazy views and things like that, things that question and make people wonder like, he must be tripping or he's just kidding. And you could be serious.
Like I mean, one of the snippets that we posted that got, I think it got like 15K views or something like that, was about me saying that Kanye West is the greatest artist of all time. And that one fucking, I've said dumber shit than that. Like, I've said way crazier shit than that on here, and that one fucking took off. It's like, so it's, it just, that's why I like this form of
expression, I
guess, because I could say what I need to say, and I can also explain why I'm saying what I'm saying, and you don't necessarily have to agree with me, but like you can't then twist what I'm saying. Like I said this is what I meant by this. Take it how you want.
Absolutely. Leave people their interpretation of it.
Let them I mean, because people are gonna take what they want to take from anything. They're gonna view you how they want to view you. Like it doesn't matter. I can explain myself 50 times over in 50 different ways and give examples and analogies and all this shit, and somebody still is going to think I'm an asshole. You know what? There's nothing I could do about it. There's people that are going to take that same thing and think that, wow, like, that's pretty insightful. Like, I never even thought of it that way. But, like, hey, however you want to take it. But, like, I feel like people need to understand that you are taking it from your lens, like from your view. Just because, again, you think I'm a nice guy or you think I'm an asshole doesn't mean that's what I am. That just means what you think, or that's just the side of me that you saw on that day. Because I'm not saying I can't be an asshole, because I sure can be. I could say some shit that people don't want to hear, and maybe it's not the right time to say it, but what better time to say it than now? Like, and I understand that, that might rub people the wrong way. And maybe when I do say it, maybe I shouldn't have said it at that time. But, like,
timing is important.
It is.
A lot of things.
It is. And I feel like for the most part, I'm pretty good at it. But for the person who's not ready to hear it, it's never going to be a good time.
Right.
So it's like, do I wait and keep on waiting? Or am I going to wait, and then, okay, I've waited enough. Then, whether I say this in 20 seconds or I say it in 10 years and tell them, like, they're still going to take it the same way. So I'm just going to say what needs to be said, and then kind of let things go how they go.
Right.
But,
100%.
That's, when you're dealing with people and trying to either get through to somebody or just express what your truth is, it's hard because people are going to be offended one way or another. There's times obviously where, you have that type of relationship with somebody where it is very fluid and you can bounce things off of each other. And even then in those relationships, like, somebody is bound to get annoyed at somebody. Like, that's just natural. But, a lot of times people are just, they don't want to hear what they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that they need to work on this, or when you do this, it makes me feel like this. And it's like, who wants to hear that shit? Not too many people, but that's to your point, and like kind of like coming full circle like that is a part of maturing and growing.
Oh, look at the camera.
We live, baby. Oh.
Hello there.
Oh shit! Oh, and my god, back. Man. We back.
And
sorry
I'm back
for the fucking TDs.
Technical difficulties.
Boom. But
struggling at home.
I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying, but I was saying some real shit. So listen to it,
Hell yeah.
take it in,
Facts.
digest it. Also, stop being a bitch. You got any last words before we sign out, Give?
Always try to be the best at what you're doing.
Hey, that's pretty good words.
Yeah.
To sign off
If your position is this and I'm at Burger King, it's stupid, but like be the best at that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Whatever you're doing, just do it at a high level.
And you will be rewarded.
Exactly.
Things will come full circle for you.
Oh yeah.
So, Steve.
You have to elevate in order to elevate. Boom.
Wise words.
Thanks for having me, bub.
Bro, thanks for coming on. We're gonna do it more often. Like you said, we gotta have more guests on. We're gonna work on that. And yeah, everybody love everybody. And we will see y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Deuces.
No hangover.
Yeah.